guess it started in the beginning when my husband and I walked through that door in 1972 after he had been discharged and from the Army and home from Vietnam, and we could finally establish Longview as our home. We wanted to join a church. So we tried First Methodist, and the minute we came through the door, we knew we were at home. It was just such a wonderful feeling. Just the people were wonderful, the spirit of this church, the warmth, all these windows. It was just magnificent. So, and 2 weeks later, we joined.
2 weeks later, you guys joined. So what about the windows themselves, you know? How did you get into this and start knowing about the history and the sketches and the outlines?
Well, excuse me.
Okay.
When you're married to someone who's a history buff like Van Craddock was, you automatically are interested in history and art and history. And I became very close to the pastor's secretary, and she was in charge of the sanctuary. And so I started asking questions, especially in the summertime when I was off from teaching and I could spend time here. And then she would tell me the whole story of the windows and how they came to be and about the sanctuary and when it was built. And I've just been fascinated with them.
Just tell me just a bit about what goes into the importance of the stained glass window, I guess.
Well, this sanctuary was built in 1950 and 51, and the first service here was March the 2nd, 1952. Okay, so there was a church here on the corner. It was Kelly Memorial Methodist, and it was torn down in July 9th, 1950. And then guess what? The very next day, they demolished it, and then about a week later, they started building this sanctuary. And so then they moved in March of 1952. So the plans are just phenomenal. It was from an architect in Tyler. His name was Shirley Simons. So pretty renowned. He graduated from Rice University in 1919. And guess what? He's noted for arches and round windows, and you can see his evidence all over this sanctuary. And the sanctuary is built in the shape of a cross. To be honest, I didn't realize that for years until I started studying and realizing, oh, you're right, it is. And it has a really almost complete story of the life of Christ, starting with the Annunciation of Mary when the angel Gabriel comes and tells her that she's going to bear the Son, the Messiah. Can you imagine? I mean, and then all the way through, and coming around with major events in the life of Christ. Of course, the Nativity, the baptism, all of those things. And then we have the Garden of Gethsemane, and then we go to the empty tomb, and then we go to the Ascension.
Nice.
So it tells the life. And there's some things that are repeated in the windows, like the borders, the colors. Oh my goodness, these are really, really, I don't want to say old style, but original stained glass windows. They cost a little under $20,000 when they were made. Now they're irreplaceable, but they're insured for around $1 million. They are absolutely phenomenal. And they're not just plain glass. Each one of those little panes and parts has been hand stroked to let in the light or to change the form to fit the window and the light. And it was from Jacoby Art Glass Company in St. Louis, Missouri.
So say if you guys, hypothetically, were like, we wanted to make another stained glass window, how long would that take? And would that be, because it seems to me that this is almost priceless stuff we're talking about.
Oh, I have no idea. I know there are other stained glass windows now in the church, and people can see those today too. The I Am windows, there are communion windows down in the Nicholson Chapel. We've got stained glass windows everywhere in this church. So, and I honestly do not know how long, but I do know that this is almost a lost art. The ones that are like these are. So, yeah.
Would you say, for the common churchgoer who just looks at it and sees it's beautiful, is there a common misconception, something they don't know about the stained glass windows that they're always interested to find out?
Well, every time I give this tour, so to speak, I have people that come up to me and say, "Oh, I didn't see that," or "Oh, I didn't know that," and that makes me feel good.
Makes you feel like you're doing your job.
I'm doing my job. That's right. That's right.
And last kind of question here. What do they, I mean, you studying this and giving tours and everything, what do these mean to you personally and also just for the church? I mean, of course, in this beautiful sanctuary, but, getting to represent the life of Christ, does that mean something to you?
Yes, definitely. They are so beautiful. They are so comforting. At different times in your life, when you can go and stand in front of these windows and identify with the people in the window, it just is beautiful, beautiful.